happened here is a total lack of respect for the law.
Good evening, everybody. How is everybody doing tonight? That's the wrong thing. We want this one. You're still muted because I clicked on the wrong button. There we go.
At least you didn't broadcast to the wrong channel.
No, I didn't. I just pulled up the wrong overlay. It's fine. We're all playing D&D instead. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to play Starfinder.
Which is D&D in space.
It is.
And I will say that I am super hyped that we actually get to play this. That lets me use the book so it doesn't make it seem like I just bought something that will never be used.
I am reserved about playing this only because I have gotten to not like the spreadsheet systems.
It's not too bad. I will say that there is like a small spreadsheet system, but it's mainly used for space battles.
I Blades in the Dark and 5th Ed have just kind of spoiled me. So I want to not play play spreadsheets anymore.
Well,
that's why I don't play Eve. Is I don't want.
Oh God, Eve spreadsheets and Space Garbage Man.
It's funny because every time I've gone back to Eve, I'm like, I'm gonna go rat and do PvE stuff or do PvP stuff. I then go, shit, I don't have any money. I guess I better mine, and then I just end up mining forever. And I go, why the fuck am I doing this again?
Yep.
Yeah.
I prefer my space games to be mostly exploration and dogfighting.
Well, see, like, not to get off on a tangent, like, Eve's PvE stuff can be a whole lot of fun. The problem is it costs a lot of money and a lot of skills to get to the point where it's a whole lot of fun, and to get to that you have to mine, which also costs money and skills, and it's a vicious, ugly cycle unless you want to just like run merchandise between star systems, which is, to be honest, boring as fuck.
What was that space game that came out like a year or two ago? I know the commander plays it a lot.
Elite Dangerous?
Yeah.
Elite Dangerous, yeah. Like I grabbed that when it first came out, and I loved it. But then there was it was really lackluster, full of content. But apparently they've made a ton of advancements in the game, and I may be going back.
They have, yeah.
Just because I love dogfighters.
It's incredible. Now I'd be hard pressed to compare any other space game to it, like across all history. The closest that I could probably think of would be Free Space and Free Space 2. Those came out like late 90s. There's just nothing else that has touched the genre in the same way until Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
You know what I want for a space game is I want a new Descent game.
Yeah, I want a new Free Space game.
You get nothing.
Free Space was kind of Descent, but the ones that came before Free Space were a different type of space game. I think one of them was even like a linear on rails type of thing. I want another kind of semi-open space game like Free Space was and Free Space 2.
Like I just want to be able to fly a ship into a combat zone and just get to nothing but dogfights, and that's my entire day.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to go on any like export or import quests or anything like that. I just want to blow things up.
You have to go on escort quests. That's all the game is. Forever.
Can I blow up my escorts?
No.
Now, to be fair, a lot of, I'd say probably like 65-70% of Free Space was escort quests, but it was all dogfighting while you were doing the escort stuff.
Right on. Well, before we get started, hello everybody in chat that is hanging out tonight as we flounder around with Starfinder. I'm hoping it'll be a little bit more familiar, having played a little bit of Pathfinder and having played some 3.5 3rd Ed D&D way back when. So we'll see. Maybe we won't flounder as much because this is based on, from what I understand, based on Pathfinder.
Very heavily.
It's Pathfinder in space, essentially. So perhaps not as much floundering, but we'll see. Thank you guys for hanging out as we get started. How's everybody's week? You in chat and you in voice chat, I guess. How's everybody's week? What did you get up to?
I don't remember anything that happened in the past week because all I can think about is the game yesterday. It's consumed my mind.
Rip.
In like the best possible way. Yesterday was possibly the best RP experience I have ever had in a tabletop environment.
All right, now that's a challenge, and I'm gonna have to beat that.
I mean, we had players crying both in character and out of character.
HP Fox brought Alicorn to tears with a sentence.
I did.
With a single sentence, and she like it got to the point to where we had to take a break because people had to gather their thoughts and like get wine and whatnot.
Right on. Max, how was your week?
It was a week. I finally got my Fitbit, and it's bossy.
It is. Those things are fucking like, hey, you haven't moved in an hour, get up, you fat ass.
Exactly.
Like, I have one of those, and it's just like, god damn it.
So that's current. This is day 2, and already I'm just like, I need my space.
So our guest this month, up that direction, above Max, is Zoro for me. She's joining us for Starfinder, and then starting next month, we are replacing RPG Mixtape. We've done this for a year. We've gone through 12 different systems. We've had on 12 different guest stars, and it's been a lot of fun. But at some point, both Rojan and I go, well, fuck, I don't know what other games I want to play, or have the time to learn well enough to do this every other month. So we are going to be replacing RPG Mixtape with a show called Keelhauled, which is going to be a modified 5th edition D&D pirate adventure game. And Zoro is going to be joining us for that as well. So I'm super excited for that. Alicorn will be a regular on that one as well, I believe. So it'll be these 4 people plus Alicorn and myself doing some very piratey things, and me making them walk planks and things along that line. So I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I already feel bad for them.
Oh, I can't wait for it. Like when you mentioned it may be a pirate game, I was just like, sold. Let's do it.
I have a slightly unorthodox character in mind for that, and I'm really, really excited to play it.
So when we start that up next month, what we're actually going to do is I have a map made of the continent that we're going to be focusing on. However, that's it. I don't have any towns. I don't have any lore. I have fuck all. So the first couple of sessions are going to be world building with these guys, kind of fleshing out what they want to see in the world, like the kind of themes they want to deal with and address. And it's also going to be character creation and figuring out backstories and all that good stuff. So you guys will actually get to see us start a game like from inception, other than, you know, a map and a general idea of what the fuck we're doing, and then into play. So I want you, like, if you guys are here as we're doing the world building, we will totally take your suggestions. It'll be kind of an open forum kind of thing, and it's going to be a lot of fun because I haven't actually done that on stream with a group that's going to play in the world. So I think that's going to be neat for us to do. I'm really, really looking forward to doing it, and that'll be starting up in March on Wednesday nights. Did I have anything else to talk about? Did you guys have anything else to talk about? Should we just make Space Pirates?
Kind of getting really hyped for the new D&D book that's coming out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
So Imp, I wanted to I'm going to hit you up later on in Discord for a couple plans I have for that.
Sure.
But yeah, it's something that, like, if you've guys seen the Tuesday game, I love taking games to other planes, not just holding them in material planes. And when you're like, Wizards is giving us a book that not only gives you like the outline of certain planes, but is giving you monsters that live there, it's going to be a wonderful time for all. But yeah, so you guys ready to make some space pirates or space peoples?
I am.
Let's do it.
All right, so I took some time and I went through the book. Character creation is a little more detailed than your average Pathfinder or D&D style, because you you not only choose a race and class, but you're also choosing a concept, a theme, and then like you're finalizing the ability scores around that. And based on your concept, your race, your theme, you have different stats that are given to you or taken away from you. Okay. So starting off with this, you guys all have character sheets, right?
Nope. I
yes.
downloaded one very quickly.
No, I think Zora was the only person not in the game, so I wasn't able to assign her character to her. So you'll have to do that, Rojan.
I see that there's a character sheet assigned for her.
It's just not like actually assigned to her player in the game, if that makes sense. If you double click on it, hit edit, and then this player can edit and this player can view.
Oh yeah, it shows. It already shows her.
Okay.
So she's already got that.
So Zora, if you go into Roll20 and there's a newspaper icon above the chat box.
Let's see. Yes. Journal?
Click on that, yep. And then you should see something with your name attached to it.
Yes.
Double click on that, and that'll open your character sheet. Yep.
There we go.
I don't
Thank you.
have one at all.
What?
I don't have one. There's nothing
Mags.
in my journal.
She should have one created. It just may not be assigned to her.
Yeah, it's not assigned to it. Mags are fired.
I just
There
found
you
them
go.
off their website just in case. I was like, oh, there we go.
Yeah. All right. I assigned it to. Does anybody else need it assigned before we start getting into things?
Nope.
All right. So
Yay!
we get to go into character creation here. Starting off, you guys are going to have to choose your concepts for a character. So going off of the book itself, if we go to concepts, which is like reading off on 14, you're pretty much going off of what your character, how you want your character to be, how you want them to act. If they're based off of like some sort of fantasy style hero, or like space hero, by the way.
Space hero.
Space heroes. And once you come up with this, it's let's see. Good way to start character creation is decide a general thrust of your character's personality, sketching out a few details about their past, and how and why they adventure. During this step, you'll likely pursue Starfinder's available races, themes, and classes. So this is the core of your character.
So I have something in mind, and I can kind of talk through mine while everybody else kind of thinks of theirs, if we want to do that.
Okay.
So I was like reading through the book a little earlier, trying to figure out what I wanted to play, and I actually like toyed with the idea of doing a space wizard, and realized how much I hate fucking spell management, and decided not to do that. If you guys have ever heard me DM or talk about D&D and caster class, I fucking hate spell management. It's a pain in the ass. So I decided against that, but I usually, like in D&D and other fantasy games, like I will play a rogue or a stealthy type character a lot of times. And so I decided I didn't really want to do that again this time around. So I decided, like, I was thinking of through inspirations, like what could be fun, and I do play and frequently play asshole characters. And so I said, fuck it, I'm going to play another asshole character. But I'm actually going to base him kind of around the comedian from The Watchmen. And it's more of like, yeah, he's totally an asshole, but it's also that, like, why are you taking this shit so seriously? We're all going to die at some point anyway, kind of attitude towards the whole thing. So I'm sure he's going to be a snarky fucking shithead, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, so the comedian from Watchmen is going to definitely be my inspiration.
And it's funny that you mentioned the comedian, because there is a race in this game that are technically just rat people that are known to be like very scrappy and passionate, but at the same time, kind of like the Rocket Raccoon.
I was gonna say Rocket.
Yeah, it's just they're very mechanically sound, and at the same point, they're either in fights they're going balls to the wall, or they have a very why is everybody crying style attitude.
So I looked at them, but I also was like, rat doesn't fit what I have in my head. So I went back and actually I think I'm gonna play was it Vesk? Yeah, one of the Vesks. Who are these big lizard creatures?
Yeah.
But they're also very like you're not really a challenge to me and look down on people. And I totally can see the character just being like, why am I wasting my time with you?
Yeah.
You literally can't stab me with that 20-foot pole that you have. Why do I give a shit? Kind of thing.
A very like Krogan-esque style thing.
Yeah, he's just gonna like at that point in that situation would just like look at somebody and just shoot them, and just be done with it. So
Done.
Like yeah, this is beneath me. I'm completely okay with not fighting you. Fuck off. How do we end this as quickly as possible? Does that mean I torch the whole place with a flamethrower? Because I will totally do that.
It could mean that you pull out dual flamethrowers and just light everything on fire.
Yeah,
it's something that can happen. I mean,
so I think I'm going to do a Vesk, and it's going to be based very much on the comedian and that kind of attitude of like, why am I taking any of this seriously?
Yeah. All right. So for the first thing that you guys will need to do for your characters when you're thinking about how you want to create them is each character has a theme. And the themes are ace pilot, bounty hunter, icon, mercenary, outlaw, priest, scholar, spacefarer, xenoseeker, and then something that is called themeless, which is pretty much the blank slate style custom character.
I think I've named my character Bark. I don't know why, but that's just kind of what I went with. But I think we're definitely going to do mercenary because it's like I'm just here to get paid and fuck shit up.
Okay. So with your mercenary style here, if I can find it in the book, here it is, mercenary. You will get a +1 to strength, okay. Just for having that theme. So when like we start doing our roll-ups and everything for our for your stats, you instantly get a +1 for strength.
Okay.
Just based off the theme. You also get the ability called Theme Knowledge, which is you are knowledgeable about military, from rival mercenary groups to standard military procedures to planetary armed forces, and you can draw upon this fount of information to aid your adventure pursuits. Reduce the DC of culture checks and profession mercenary checks to recall knowledge about hierarchs, practices, personnel, and so on in the military by 5. So
my question for you on that is, where the fuck do I mark that on the sheet?
It's a theme ability. So it's kind of like a class ability style.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I got feats and special abilities, maybe.
Yeah, feats and special abilities would be the best one to place that.
Okay, what page was that on? So I'm just.
This is 32 on the core book.
Okay.
It's the mercenary entry.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and athletics is the skill focus for you. You gain a +1 bonus to all athletics checks. In addition, you gain the ability to augment +1 strength. So that's how you get the +1 strength to it, is just because you're a hulking mercenary. Does anyone else know what theme they're going to go with, or what theme they would like to go with?
Yeah, I gotta type this out. So.
Yes.
All right, Zora, what are you going to
do? She's going to be kind of a just briefly looking over here, like the smuggler, bounty hunter, kind of, not really bounty hunter, but I keep thinking smuggler, where she's just kind of like free spirit, but kind of does what she wants, but she's really scrappy.
Sort of like an outlaw theme.
Yeah.
All right. So outlaws are, due to the sins of your past or your current unlawful behavior, you are wanted by individuals somewhere in the packed worlds. You might not even be guilty and striving to clear your own good name. Or you might fully admit to being a criminal, but believe the laws you break are unjust. Whatever the case, boarding a starship headed to the vast might just be the best thing for you.
Yes, that's about right.
All right, so for being an outlaw, you get +1 dexterity. And you're able to reduce the DC of culture checks to recall things about the criminal underworld by 5. You also, being a shady criminal, you have sleight of hand as your class skill, and you take it at the first level. Instead of taking it at the first level, you instead gain a +1 bonus to sleight of hand checks.
Okay.
Mags, Fox?
I kind of have a vague-ish idea of the type of character that I want to play.
Okay.
For people that have played plenty of games with me before, you kind of know that I like to take a set personality type or a set character type and then force it to do like the opposite. So what I'm thinking for this character is it's going to be a Soki, is how I assume you pronounce it, a rat folk.
Okay.
But think more like, what would be a good example here? I guess Splinter. Old,
Okay.
kind of wise, not hugely boisterous type of personality. Grizzled and learned type of thing.
So kind of like the old-timey master.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So I'm thinking that kind of thing for this character. I think that would be pretty interesting.
So it kind of sounds like the character theme that you may aim for is either priest or scholar.
Yeah, I was looking initially at Scholar, and then also Xenoseeker slightly caught my eye.
Okay.
So I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between those two for the themes, and then for classes, I'm trying to decide between Mystic or Solarian.
All right. So if you were to choose Scholar, let me flip to this. You would get a +1 to Intelligence, and then you can choose either Life Science or Physical Science, and then choose a field specialization. If you pick Life Science, you can specialize in bioengineering, biology, botany, ecology, genetics, xenobiology, zoology, or another field of biological science. If you pick Physical Science, you can specialize in astronomy, chemistry, climatology, geography, geology, meteorology, oceanography, physics, or another field of physical science. Whatever you choose, the DC skill check in order to recall knowledge for that sense of science is reduced by 5. And you take your you get a +1 bonus to it says your chosen skill in a class. All right, your chosen skill in a class skill for you, though if it is a class skill from the class you take at first level, you gain a +1 bonus to checks of that chosen skill. So pretty much that is like, while other classes get the +1 based on kind of what their theme is, the Scholar is sort of an open book, as it goes specifically based on whatever class you choose later on.
I like the way that sounds.
Did you want to hear about Xenoseeker, or?
No, I think you sold me on Scholar there.
Okay. Mags, what were you thinking?
So I really liked the idea of the android. Originally was designed to be, a service provider, and then eventually they were seen as their own, like actually seen as people.
What kind of
And-
services?
Look here, mister.
I mean, I'm
I
just
played
trying
a
to
service
clarify.
robot in one of these games, and it didn't end well. I'm just saying that, Max.
Well, what I've decided she's really good at is I like the idea of the ace pilot.
Okay, ace pilot, which is always good to have in these games because you need somebody to be able to fly a ship.
Yeah.
So as an ace pilot, you get a +1 dexterity. And then you're able to reduce the DC of culture checks to recall knowledge about starships or vehicle models or parts, as well as famous hotshot pilots by 5. Piloting is a class skill for you, though if it is a class skill from the class that you take, you gain a +1 bonus in piloting checks.
Writing it down so that I don't forget it once I get to actually putting it in the sheet.
Piloting can go with being a service droid.
Yeah, you can.
You have to pilot things and aim them in certain places. I mean, what?
Oi! And as far as her class, you know, she's got to be able to fix that ship, so mechanic.
All right. So just go, like, as we're going step by step,
Okay.
the next step is going to be races.
Gotcha.
And I know a couple of you guys have already chosen what race you want to go with, such as the Vesk for Imp and the androids for Mags, and the Soki for Fox.
Oh, so I didn't say mine yet, did I?
Yeah, no.
I would love to be one of the Lashuntas, specifically the Damayas. Damaya,
Okay.
however you want to pronounce that. So they have like the little antenna that they use for telekinesis and everything.
Yep.
Basically the elves of sci-fi universe.
So
There you go.
going with the Lashuntas, they get 4 HP.
God, the Lashuntas look like the what's her name from Guardians of the Galaxy too.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mantis.
Yeah, look like
She looks-
Mantis. Yeah.
They look like
Yes,
Mantis.
Mantis, thank you. Yeah.
So
that's instantly what I thought
the
of.
the Lashuntas are idealized by many other humanoid races and have gifted innate psychic abilities. Lashuntas are
It's
at
Cinnaberries. Thank you for the sub and feeding our mimic. Thank you
Dude.
very much. Appreciate
get
that.
those hearts in chat.
You guys that have hearts, drop those in chat. Whether or not they're mimic hearts or just any other hearts, just drop those for me.
Drop it like it's hot.
Makes this noise.
Lashuntas are at once consummate scholars and enlightened warriors, naturally divided into 2 specialized sub-races with different abilities and social roles. So you wanted to go for the
Damaya.
Damaya. All right. So trying to see what, like, in here, what the difference is between them.
One's like full on bug. The other one's just as far as physical stuff, I don't know that. I think one's a warrior race and the other one's more diplomatic, I think.
See, let's
I could be
just
wrong.
I'm trying to see here.
I just
Like if you've got like the description of them like up on your PDF. I'm like looking through the book myself.
Let's see here. Well, I had it. Dang it, I had it open. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, they split into 2 parts. They are the clever Damaya and the muscular Karasha. The Damaya are usually taller than the stockier Karasha. They all share common traits, however, the 2 forehead antennae serve as telepathic foci.
Yeah, it looks like the Damaya make up the most of the race's political leaders and ambassadors.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're more intelligent, I guess.
Yeah, while the Lashuntas are more of their like warrior style race.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Bark is already gonna pick on you for that.
So
What, you're not smart enough?
so as a Lashunta or the Damaya, they get a +2 intelligence at character creation, but they are somewhat more delicate, so they get a -2 constitution at creation. Though you do have at will magic because of just being what you are. So, like in the description for there should say Lashunta magic, And you have day at will abilities, days, psychokinetic and psychokinetic hand, and once a day detect thoughts.
Ooh.
And then you've got limited telepathy. They can communicate with any creature within 30 feet of them whom they share a language. So as long as you can speak somebody's language and you're 30 feet within them, you can send them telepathic messages.
Oh, nice.
And you are a natural student. Since your race loves to learn, you get a +2 racial bonus to any skill to any 2 skill checks of your choice. So when you choose a race, you're going to choose, or when you choose a class, you're going to choose skills as well. And then out of that list of skills, you choose 2, and you'll get a natural +2 bonus because they have like a space nerd ability.
Yay, space nerd. Nerd.
Nerds.
Yeah, Bart's already going to pick on her.
All right, so because let me go back to them. Yeah, it because of the different choices that like the +2 and -2 is what you get. So Mags, you said you're going to be an android, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so an android, you're going to get +2 dex, +2 intelligence, and -2 charisma, as well as 4 HP. And like you can see the like the stat listing on the Android page, and it says for under constructed for effects targeting creatures by type, androids count as both humanoids and constructs. Whatever the effect is worse. They receive a +2 racial bonus to saving throws against disease, mind-altering effects, poison, and sleep, unless those effects specifically target constructs. In addition, androids do not need to breathe or suffer the normal environmental effects of being in a vacuum. So you can be in a vacuum just fine. You don't need to breathe. So you can float in space if you, yeah, you can float in space if you want and have no problem. You have exceptional vision, being a robot. Mm-hmm. You have low light vision and dark vision. As a result, you can see in dim light as if it was normal, and they can see within no light to a range of 60 feet, which is like black and white only.
Okay.
You also have a flat effect. Androids find emotions confusing and keep themselves bottled up. They take a -2 penalty to sense motive checks, but the DCs of sense motive against them are increased by 2. And because you're a robot, you have an upgrade slot. You have a single you have a single armor upgrade slot in your body. Regardless of whether the android is wearing physical armor, they can use this slot to install one armor upgrade that could be installed into light armor. Get your mind out of the gutter, Mags.
I can't help it.
It's where it resides permanently.
Right there.
Fox, you were going with the Ratman, right?
Yep.
All right. So that's a Vesk. So for Ahsoki, you get +2 Dex, +2 Intelligence, but -2 Strength. You get 2 HP. So you're considered a small humanoid because you're a tiny rat. You have cheek pouches.
Yes, I do.
So you can store 1 cubic foot of items weighing up to 1 bulk total in your cheek pouches. And you can transfer a single object between hand and cheek in a swift action. A Soki can disgorge an entire contents of his pouch onto the ground in his square, and as a move action that does not provoke an attack of opportunity. So you could literally put like grenades or whatnot in your cheeks and just like barf it up on the ground in front of you.
So do I get like a custom barf grenade skill now?
I mean, if you find them.
So you can hold 1 metric cubic. What is it?
You can hold 1 cubic foot of items weighing up to 1 bulk in total.
and hold one
One
cubic
bulk.
nut in your mouth.
You too also have dark vision. You can see up to 60 feet in no light. But it's black and white. You have Moxie. Being like a small and scrappy individual, you have Moxie, which can even when even odds, even when they're against them. You can stand from a prone. You can stand up from prone using a swift action. Additionally, when off kilter, Ahsoka does not take the normal penalties to attacks or gain the flat-footed condition. When attempting an acrobatics check to tumble through a space of an opponent at least one size category larger, you get a +5 racial bonus to that check.
So I assume a swift action is essentially just like a bonus action type of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
A swift action is something that you can just instantly take with, and it doesn't take up your... it doesn't take up the other actions in your turn order.
Perfect.
And you also are a scrounger, so you get a +2 racial bonus to engineering, stealth, and survival checks. And then we got our Vesk,
Yep.
which gets a +2 to strength, +2 to constitution, -2 to intelligence,
Yep.
but has 6 HP.
That's alright. I just won't get hit.
You are in armor. You're considered a medium-sized creature.
Yep.
You
They're
are-
like 7 foot tall.
Yeah. You are an armor savant. You use armor in the way that complements their unique and sturdy physiology. When wearing armor, they get a +1 racial bonus to AC. When they're wearing heavy armor, their armor check penalty is one less severe than normal. So they pretty much wear armor like normal clothing.
Yep. Like,
Yeah. You're fearless. You get a +2 racial bonus to saving throws against fear effects.
okay.
You've got low light vision, so you can see in dim light as if it were normal light. And you have natural weapons. You are always considered armed.
That's right.
You can deal 1d3 lethal damage with unarmed strikes, and the attack does not count as archaic. Vests gain a unique weapon specialization with their natural weapons at 3rd level, allowing them to add 1 to 1.5 times their character level to their damage rolls. So pretty much even when you don't have weapons, your hands are good enough.
Yeah, I'm completely okay with that.
Yep.
Like, oh, you're gonna disarm me? This is gonna be fun.
Can't take my hands.
That's right.
All right, so we got our races. Now we move on into the fun thing, which is classes. So, classes, we've got Envoy, Mechanic, Mystic, Operative, Solarian, Soldier, and Technomancer. Have you guys had any chance to give it a thought of what you're going to go with?
Absolutely.
Probably Soldier.
Yep.
That's a given. I want to be Technomancer.
All right, so we got a Soldier, a Technomancer,
I think I'm probably going to be a mystic.
a Mystic. Okay. Mags, what are you going as?
Mechanic.
Mechanic. Ooh. We got a little balance here now.
What? That never
All right.
happens in our games.
What is this?
So, this is when you start going into your classes. And each class is going to have different things. Up at the top, you're going to see things called stamina points, which will say 6 plus, like for Mechanic, it's 6 plus the Constitution modifier. And then you're going to have a 6 HP added on to whatever your racial HP is. Now, the way that they do this is it's kind of like Blades in the Dark, where you had your armor points, and they had to burn through the armor before doing any actual damage to you. That's what stamina is.
Okay.
So, sorry, repeat how we get stamina again?
Stamina is going to be at the top of the class information page.
Okay.
So it's going to say because I
see it. Okay.
have it turned. It's going to say stamina for a mechanic is 6 plus your con modifier, and then it gives you the additional base HP that you're going to have.
Okay, so we'll add the additional base HP, and then and maybe this is just something we haven't gotten to yet. I'm not sure. How are we calculating our strength, dex, con? With all that stuff?
That is something you should probably take care of right now before you go in any further into your class startup. And that is going to be that you roll 4d6 and you remove the lowest one.
Okay.
A pilot who can fix the ship. Makes sense.
So are we re-rolling below any certain number, or are we just taking it?
If you roll below a 5, I'll let you re-roll it.
Okay. That's all right. Intelligence is already my dump stat. I'm fine with it. So for on the sheets, are we putting what we roll into the point by?
Don't put it in point by.
Okay, where are we putting these into? Ability increase.
Let's see here. I'm taking a look at the stats myself.
Yep.
Because I don't know where to put this.
Yeah, put it into buy.
Into the
Put
point
it in the
by?
buy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, we roll 4d6s and we pick the lowest one for each one?
You remove the lowest one,
Jesus,
and then you
Mike,
total
that's-
up the other 3.
Got it. Okay.
There we go. That's better. It's like I'm running out of dump stats to put things into for these shitty rolls. You serious? Alright, fuck it.
So putting numbers into point by actually just straight up changes or adds to the total instead of changing the total.
Yeah.
So do you want us instead, since they all start at 10 and we roll say an 11, we just put 1 into point by so it changes the total to 11 to match the dice roll?
Let me see here.
I think that makes sense. It's just if you end up rolling below a 10, you have to put a negative there, depending on what you rolled.
Yeah, putting in the negative will reduce the total.
I think that'll work. So
Yeah,
it's a negative
I'm not really
10.
sure why it start like these sheets start everything off at 10, unless they expect you to do point by, which is kind of butts.
That's alright, because if you go through and just like reduce whatever you roll by 10, or if it's below 10, having to use a negative number there, then it evens out and gives you what you should have.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and do that then. Fox with that 17.
And you're just going down by strength, dex, all that stuff, right?
You can arrange them any way you want.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll all the dice first and then decide which numbers I want to put where, just like we do in D&D.
Yeah, and like every one of the class pages tells you what the ability focus is for that class. Like for mechanic, it's dex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, I could be a pilot too. We could fight over the hot seat. Except you'll probably win because I'll try to get I want to get a rise out of you, and being emotionless, I won't get that satisfaction.
No, just sit there going, why is your face turning red?
Smack talk back to me, come on! A lot of intelligence and wisdom. All right, that makes sense.
Rojan, are we doing level 1 characters?
Yes, this is gonna be level 1.
Right.
Seeing as how this is like just a fresh introduction to a brand new system.
No, it's just curious.
Oof.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
I was just selecting it.
You might want to
How do I clear it?
Alright, no, you're fine. You see that little string that we have, the 4d6? Just copy, paste that, and then /R. And do that. That'll give you the rolls you want.
Oh no, I didn't mean to select that. You just, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Damn.
God, Mags.
I know where
Well,
that's going.
There's the decks.
Oh shit, I can get power armor?
Yep. Power armor is the thing in this game.
Level up.
Okay, so where does this go in? Like, for your number? Mod, race.
So the way that we've figured out how to do it to make it work is in the point by column, you're going to take whatever you rolled and reduce it by 10. If the number that you rolled is below 10, you need to put a negative, like if it was an 8, I put a -2 to reduce it to that number, if that makes sense.
Kind of, but where am I putting it
In
in?
the point by column.
Point by. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So basically just drop the 1 or -10 to the number.
Yep, unless it's below
Okay.
10, and then you have to... Well, I guess no, it still works below 10. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, okay. Gotcha. Haha.
I am not a very smart dump truck.
I am not a smart man.
He's not. Like, my intelligence modifier is a -2, my wisdom modifier is a -1. Like, he's just a dump truck. Like, hit things, hit them very hard, make them stop talking. Alright, I think while we finish doing this, let's take our first break for the night. Everybody finish rolling their stuff, because there's just not a lot of chatter going on. And we'll come back and keep working on character creation. So you folks that are hanging out with us tonight as we dive into Starfinder, thanks so much for doing so. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break, get up, stretch legs, all that good fun stuff, and we will be back here in just a few minutes. All right, we are back. Welcome back, everybody.
Let me Max.
We're only
No.
trashing Quarians right now.
No, Lacey, the only thing I could think of is you trying to hack my character because she's technically a machine and just watching her completely lose her shit with you. It's like, how dare you?
I can control. I can make you pick your nose.
No.
I can make you. I'd be like, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Oh.
And this is how groups turn on each other.
Shenanigans that will ensue.
And
Thanks
we
for
already
giving
know
me
how
the
the
idea.
group's gonna die.
Oh yeah,
Totally
you
the
get
best
you get
character.
you get spells as well, Zoro, as a Technomancer.
Ooh, I saw that. I was like, ooh, it's really cool.
Yep. It's like D&D, and it's like Pathfinder in space. So you get spells.
Hasn't even begun, and I already feel betrayed.
Well, to be fair, they could people can only hack you to a certain extent because you are also considered
Sentient
Humanoid.
And, yeah.
yeah.
That's why it'd be little things like her picking her nose, her smacking herself. Maybe she walks by someone and make her smack their butt. I don't know. Possibilities are endless. And yes, she would do all those things.
So you guys have your stats and everything and your skills. All right. Does anybody need any sort of rundown on how to do the skills, or you think you're all good on that?
I need help.
So I have my stats, and I'm looking at like the soldier skills and stuff. And so one of them is a primary fighting style, and I'm assuming every class has a similar thing. And I think I'm gonna do Armor Storm. So Armor Storm fighting style focuses on using armor as weapons by maximizing the damage of armor-based weapons while withstanding enemy fire. So I'm a big fucking dump truck, which is kind of what this character's turned into.
Yep.
You learned
that's the soldier ability. Is you have different ways you fight.
So, you learn to increase the effectiveness of attacks made with your armor and add equipment normally beyond your armor's capacity. So, since the Vesk already, like, kind of are one with their armor and don't ever take it off, I feel like this is probably a good synergy there. So, for the first level for Armor Storm is Hammer Fist. You treat any unarmed attack you make while wearing heavy or powered armor as being made with a battle glove with an item level equal or lower than your soldier level, and you calculate damage for these attacks as if you made a melee striker gear boost. If you have the melee striker gear boost, you gain +2 bonus to your damage rolls with your unarmed attacks when using this ability. These unarmed attacks don't benefit from other abilities that apply specifically to unarmed attacks. So my question is, does that count for my normal Vex racial kind of, because he already attacks as though has a weapon in hand?
Yes, since his claws are actually considered a weapon, you can stack that on top of the armor ability.
Okay, totally taking Armor Storm then. I gotta figure out how do I guess that probably is just gonna go under the traits area as well, or feats and special abilities.
Feats and special abilities, because it's a fighting style. So for fighter, it would go into that.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you guys have your basic skills and everything, and I don't know if you heard me when I was talking about it, Imp. I didn't know if you had us muted while we were on break.
Yeah, I did. Sorry, I was muted because I was typing.
So for your class skills, anything that appears in the soldier page, just check as trained in your on your skill page.
Oh yeah, I got that part already.
Okay,
cool.
And then the next segment is skills, but that's all something you guys can take a look at because it tells you what every skill does for you. And I don't believe you guys get feats just yet. I believe this is still, you get feats at 3rd level and everything like that. Let me check somebody's class page here. Actually, let's just go to feats.
I get 2 wee little spells.
God, this book is like just so easily put together. All right, so yeah, you guys do gain. You guys each have 1 feat to start off with.
It says level 0 spells, but I don't see level 0. It just starts right at 1. I'm assuming I don't get that.
Level 0 spells are technically cantrips.
Yeah. It just doesn't say what my limit is, though. Like how many I can have.
All of them.
I want them all.
So, going down the magic and spells to check that out for you. Since you are a spell user in this one.
Yes, Technomancer has their own spell list
Mm-hmm.
on 338 if that helps.
Now we get into the feats, and how can I make the most broken character possible?
This is true. All right, you're a technomancer, right?
Yes.
You are a science wizard.
Ooh. I am.
Because people thought, hey, it'd be a good idea if I combine science and magic. Nothing ever goes wrong with that.
I mean, that's how we get
Working
cars
on.
orbiting Mars.
This is true.
No one will let that go ever.
Except it's not actually orbiting Mars. It ended up like in the asteroid belt.
Hey, why not, right?
It's just gonna get like pelted by asteroids and destroyed, and it's just gonna
Okay.
be a sad day.
It's gonna be
Zorro,
destroyed so quickly.
you can cast 0-level spells. There is no limit to how many 0-level spells you can cast per day.
All
Oh,
of the
okay.
spells ever.
So pretty much everything in that 0-level list you can cast whenever you want.
Yes, that is awesome. And then 2 level 1 spells.
Okay, yeah, it says your selection of spells though is limited. You begin play knowing 4 0-level spells and 2 first level at your choice.
Oh, okay.
So you have to choose them, but those 4 that you choose, you can just spam as much as you want. There's nothing that stops you from doing that.
Okay.
Now the first levels, you got 2 a day.
Oh my god, psychokinetic hand. Telekinetically move an object.
Oh, here we go. Somebody has mage hand.
Yes.
All right.
This can't go anywhere wrong, right?
Can I lift up androids?
I think there's a weight limit as
There
to
is.
how much it can lift.
Mags, will you weigh 1 bulk for me, please?
Let me see what
You'll
like
be
I'm
the
gonna
lightest robot ever.
see what the terminology for like is meant by bulk.
Yeah. See there, I got force choke. Yeah, there we go. Dark side.
All right. I need to know what the hell a swoop hammer is.
Dude,
Swooping is
God, I'm hoping a swoop hammer is just one of like the super sledges from Fallout.
If it is, I'm totally taking that as my weapon.
Yeah, we gotta pick weapons too. That's right.
Yep.
I need a picture.
Okay, so
What the hell's a swoop hammer?
so every 10 items that have a light bulk counts as 1 bulk. Like every item, it will have like an L if it has light bulk, or a dash if it has negligible bulk. For example, gyro jet rifle has 2 bulk, a tactical knife has light bulk, and a ring of sustenance has negligible.
It's bullshit. There's no picture of a swoop hammer.
Should have a description of it though.
Yeah, I have to find it though. Let's see.
Need to be level 3.
I should just run into crowds with grenades.
Oh yeah, because you know that
worked
worked
really well.
That worked really well in God, I even forget the game because we died so fast. Yeah, there we go. That worked really well in Shadowrun.
I mean, we technically didn't lose that final fight. We just didn't win it either.
I don't know. You all died. I think that counts as losing.
Yeah, but everybody else died too.
The cops didn't die.
Oh, well, cops don't matter.
Oh.
Okay, so swoop hammer. The combat head of a swoop hammer is affixed to an elongated haft. The extra reach of the haft allows for greater swinging arc and accelerated damage. So it's a cleave hammer.
It's just a super big fucking hammer. Okay.
Yep.
I was kind of hoping it was like a rocket-propelled sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Which now I want to go find.
I mean, a fang blade is pretty much a ripper from Fallout.
What is a devastation blade? That sounds amazing.
A devastation blade? Let's see. Devastation blade. The overlarge devastation blade is a 2-edged sword that creates terrifying wounds. Devastation blades are rarely subtle weapons due to both size and their often elaborated spike designs. Or elaborate spike designs.
So far I hear nothing bad about this.
Yeah, so pretty much it's like a double-bladed greatsword with like these giant spikes coming out of it.
Again, nothing bad about that. I'm trying to figure out, the reason that I'm looking at weapons already is I'm trying to figure out what feat I want to take, and one of them is like advanced melee weapon proficiencies. So
I will tell you guys that for equipment, you have up to 1,000 credits to buy weapons, armor, and gear.
Okay.
What's a Nova battle glove?
A Nova battle glove?
And a gravity battle glove. Oh my
It
goodness.
almost sounds like that glove you used to wear when you were playing Nintendo.
Oh god.
I had the power glove?
I had one of those.
It never worked. It never worked. It was so sad.
The only game I ever was able to like successfully use it with was the Ninja Turtles fighting game. Like not the original Ninja Turtles game, because
Tournament Fighters?
Fuck the original Ninja Turtles game. That game was hard as shit.
You're talking about Tournament Fighter.
No, not Tournament Fighter. It was like Turtles in Time or some shit.
Oh wait, you got the power glove to work with Turtles in Time?
Maybe was Turtles in Time was the original one. I think. Hang on.
No, Turtles in Time was the side scroller. It was actually the second side scroller because you had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was the first one, and then you had Turtles in Time.
So it wasn't Turtles in Time, because that's the sequel to the one that I actually got it to work for, which was just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Okay, there was no but there was the original one, which was like the like sewer maze hard as shit bullshit. So not that one, but it was the second one that came out that was like originally an arcade game that they ported to the NES. There was a side scroller that was really good at it. It ended in Krang's lair. And like the first boss was Bebop and Rocksteady. That one was the one that I actually got to work with.
I'm surprised you actually got it to work with that.
I don't know how I did it. I'm gonna like give all of the credit to like 6-year-old me ingenuity and just figuring shit out.
Yeah, like I couldn't get it to work with the one game that it was supposed to work with, which was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Yeah, all the games it was supposed to work with, nope, didn't fucking work at all. The game that like, no, this will never work with this game, it somehow fucking worked. I don't know. Alright, so as much as I like the look of the Devastation Blade, now that I've found it, it doesn't do any like bleed damage or any additional damage. And its damage is actually kind of just middle of the road, it's like 2d8.
Well, the HP parameters and the entire damage parameters in this game are different than like D&D, like basic D&D.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at some of the other ones on this sheet, and there's like this sword does 10d6 damage. Like, holy shit! I want a sword that has the potential to do between 6 and 60 damage. But there's also other ones in here that have like, when you crit, you get a bleed, and so I'm kind of like, that's super cool. So I'm still kind of deciding on what I want to do. And then there's like
what do you were looking at the Devastation Blade, right? Yeah,
which it does 2d8, which isn't terrible, but like this Grind Blade does 40-10, and then if it crits, it does bleed of 2d8. And I'm like, well, why wouldn't I just take that instead? And then there's like this tactical dueling sword. I'm like, all right, that sounds cool. It does 1d6 damage. I'm like, nope, no.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it's like some of like the dual sword Molecular Rift costs 331,000 credits. It does 10d6 damage.
Everything's so expensive.
I do like the Grind Blade, and the tactical plasma sword. So I think those are the two I'm gonna look at. Let's see, where are you seeing the or it's probably on the table, isn't it?
In equipment, yeah, it's on the table.
Yeah. If you go to 171,
yeah, it starts.
Okay.
It starts there, and it tells you the damage, the price.
Triple wield them.
Apparently level?
That's the level of ammunition.
Dang.
So,
oh jeez, how much money did you say we had for equipment?
You start off with 1,000 credits, and that's for both gear and armor and anything else.
We're at the bottom of the barrel, bro.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that Grind Blade. It is 45,000 credits. Like, nope, not gonna get that Grind Blade.
We are at the pawn shop. We're at the pawn shop right now.
I can get.
Yeah, like the item level that it shows is pretty much what is specified for like a character's level, and including the scarcity of how they would find them in shops.
Well, poop. I can
so
get,
it's like
survival knife.
Pulse Gauntlet, Thunderstrike.
I could get 2 dueling swords and no armor. So let's. Oh wait, the armor actually like has weapons built into it, right? Some of these.
Some of the armors, it depends on the armor that you get.
Okay, I should start looking at that because I actually get a benefit to attacks from armor with weapons built in. So let me look at that first.
Yeah, so if you're looking at heavy armor,
I'm gonna go spend all my money on heavy armor and just punch things to death.
Well, there is thin plate for 1,000 credits.
All my money on armor and just punch things to death. Does it have? Let's see. Light armor.
Yeah. Okay. So with the armors, keep in mind that they have 2 different classes to them. They've got EAC, which is energy damage armor class, and then KAC, which is kinetic damage. Since there are both plasma and kinetic weaponry and ranged weapons in this game, you've got things that gives better armors for one other than the other, and then there are ones that are just all around style defense.
So see armor upgrades. I didn't see any like power armor though.
You're probably not going to be able to get power armor at level 1.
I know, my morbid curiosity, like, what does this look like?
Level 1.
So if you want to see what power armor looks like, if you go to 201, look at the Jarl Slayer.
How much does the Jarl Slayer cost? Yes!
Which is just a giant thing
exactly
of battle armor with a tri-barrel wrist-mounted machine gun and a shoulder rocket launcher.
That's exactly what I want. How much does that cost? Way more than I have, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Let me see if I could find it.
I don't even see it on the list. It's free.
Let's see. Jarl Slayer. So it's got an EAC bonus of 18, a kinetic bonus of 24.
Doc Regro, thank you for that resub, sir. Thank you for feeding our mimic. We appreciate that, keeping it alive, lurking in our dungeon somewhere.
Hiding away from 5 so he doesn't punch it.
If you guys have hearts, drop those hearts for Doc Regro in chat, please, and thank you.
Yeah, so you can't afford that.
I figured.
Let's just leave it at that.
I still don't see it on the list anywhere. Is it on the heavy armor list?
It's power armor.
What page is the power armor?
204.
204. That's why I'm not seeing it, because I'm on the wrong page. Oh, it doesn't. There's not a like table for the power armor. Okay.
Finding power armor is like finding a magic item style thing.
So
Very rarely.
you're saying there's a chance.
So I'm saying there's a chance, a very, very slim chance that a level 1 character is just going to stumble on like a fully functional piece of Jarl Slayer power armor.
Totally inherited it from my dad.
It's in my background. You can
That's
check.
right. Writing it in right now. All right, let's see.
Oh, I have such expensive taste.
Iridel, what is Iridai shell? Where's Iridai shell?
Get a laser pistol.
I really wish California would make up its mind if it wants to be hot or cold.
Right?
That's right. Roller.
80 degrees, and then we're gonna be 60, and then at night it's gonna be like 40. Like, what is wrong with you? Come on.
Roller's
Mark
got
won
the lottery.
Mark won the lottery. That's right.
Surprisingly enough, there is a star system lottery.
Totally won it yesterday, and spent all my money on armor. I saw it happen with my own 2 eyes.
Yeah, currently in LA, it is 58 degrees. While earlier today, it was 82. California, please decide on one thing or another.
Yeah, it's 64 here right now in San Diego.
Ew. I was gonna get the Iridari shell, but it's like, yeah, looks like bug stuff. I was like, that's not what I want at all. There's a Squad Defiance series.
There was something called like Omega Vesk armor or something like that, which was power armor.
That's totally what I want. This armor, the armor prices jump like significantly.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. It is definitely something that will, like, if you try to like buy any of this, like at one of like the trade planets or something like that, it's going to cost you a pretty penny.
what is hidden soldier armor?
Keep in mind, you can also buy vehicles.
Buy your ship mags.
I mean, a goblin junk cycle costs 425 credits.
All right. Apparently, I'm going to be buying some. What was it? Hidden soldier armor.
Where is the armor? Is it just below weapons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's my inventory? Here we go.
Armor begins on 196.
Okay, thank you. Oh, they have weapons specifically for Solarian classes. That's interesting. I wonder if they have one for other classes too, maybe.
It's armor penalty check. Okay. Type is heavy. Okay. All right, so that's. I bought the Hidden Soldier armor, which runs me 450 or 465 credits. So I've got like 530 some odd credits to play with. I guess I should pick a weapon.
Yeah, a weapon or two.
Or just punch everything.
I was gonna say, just go in and just punch everything.
Because I really kind of like the Red Star Plasmid Dokushi as well. That looks super neat, but I'm also gonna guess that I can't afford it.
What was that? What is it? Is a melee weapon?
Yeah,
What style do you know?
it's the advanced melee.
Oh yeah, probably not.
Bullshit. I mean, let's see.
There are also grenades.
I mean, I can just run ahead with one in my hand. It'll be fine.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you can't.
It works out well sometimes.
I like how there's a club, that's just free.
Let's try it.
Yes. Who wants a club?
I can get an assault hammer.
Like there's any other style of hammer.
Right.
This is an assault hammer.
It's a
What about the
tactic.
swooping hammer?
It's a tactical assault hammer. It's painted black.
I deploy the stealth hammer.
What is an injection glove?
If I'm not mistaken, it's a battle glove that has like I'm just pulling this out on top of my head. It's like a battle glove that's got like syringe needles on the knuckles that you can like inject people with poisons.
That sounds fun.
I mean, let's check the real definition and me not making things up.
I mean, I'm good with that made up definition too.
You said an injection glove?
Yeah.
Wow, I basically have like 4 or 5 different armors to choose from, and that is it.
Mhm.
Yep.
While heavy armor has so many choices.
None of which you can afford.
No.
Because that's what I spent time looking through. I was like, all right, well, I have this type of character in my mind. He's definitely a heavy armor kind of. Oh, good, I can afford 3 of these.
I can get the second skin. I gotta add up my money, see what I can and cannot afford.
Injection gloves were originally designed for medical use, but they have been heavily altered to serve in combat as well. A flat cartridge containing an injectable substance such as poison or medicinal is inserted into a slot in the pointer finger of the glove where it connects with a retractable needle. When the pointer finger encounters resistance, the needle pops out and injects the contents. The needle is reset by pressing it again against a hard surface, which can be done as part of reloading it.
Whoa, there you go.
Injection glove it is. I'm gonna fuck some people up with some poison punches.
All I could think of is like when you read that was it Scarecrow's glove where
Yeah.
he's got like on his fingers have like the needles.
syringes?
Yeah,
Yep.
the syringes full of fear toxin.
Yep, that's kind of what I had in my mind too. All right, where did I find that at? Because I can't afford any other.
Gucci taste Walmart budget.
Where the fuck did it go? Disappeared. There it is. All right, that's 490 credits. So I have a whole whopping 45 credits left. So you guys are gonna like carry me around on piggyback if we need to go anywhere.
Well, I'm basically wearing a skin tight like jumpsuit, basically, apparently. So
You could totally carry me around. That'd work.
it's like I'm oh god, who is it? Ghost in the Shell. Just walking around.
The major.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that little onesie suit thing.
Where do?
Except I want to look like Tron. I'm going to pretend it's Tron because of the techie stuff.
All right. Injection. glove.
I have no
Attack
choice. I
box.
have like that or something else. So I have no choice but to buy that. So
Attack type is piercing, I guess.
it has an upgrade.
Oh, melee. There we go. Adds damage. Oh, Jesus. It's got shit damage. I might retake something else. It's 1d4 damage. Let's not take an injection glove then. That's terrible. That's fucking awful damage. Let's see. No, I still don't get a bonus to any of my damage from anything, so yeah, no, we're not taking that. I lied. As cool as that is, it does shit damage, and you can't really be a dump truck and do shit damage. It just doesn't work that way.
Wait, there's special armor for my race? What?
Yep.
Hold on, let me go back. Let me go back here.
Let's see. Longsword does 8.
Oh, I can't afford it. Well,
I could do a staff, which does a d4, or a spear, which does a d6. That's damage as shit. D6, d4s, d3. Yeah, that's not good. Well, poop. Alright. How about ranged weapons? Do those... anything there I can actually... I can't even buy the first small arms, like 3,000 credits. I'm like, alright, well, never mind. Oh, that's just because it's a cryo thing. Okay. I get 2 flame pistols and, like, seriously be comedian from the scene in Vietnam.
Well, you could.
how badly do I want this glove?
I get shit for 1,000 credits.
Right, I'm going for it.
Let's see. And the damage on the firearms is just as poop. Okay. Yeah, acid dart rifle. Interesting.
Yay, I have 185 credits left over.
Cross bolter.
Oh, goodness. Okay, where's my armor?
Oh, what is this? Artillery laser. That sounds fantastic. I could actually afford it. And it does 1d10 damage, and it has ammo, which I don't want to fucking deal with. God damn it. Although the idea of carrying around an artillery laser with me sounds amazing.
Does it say how much? Let's see, armor and weapons.
Can I?
What do I put in the armor and weapons? Just wait.
What do you
Current
mean?
bulk. Oh, current bulk. I have 3, 2 weapons, 1 armor. It's in the chart. Equipment. I guess I don't have any equipment on me.
Well, they even have, like, in the back of the book, a full-on Pathfinder conversion.
Ah! Nice.
Artillery lasers are heavy weapons designed to be effective against hardened targets such as vehicles and enemy bunkers. I'm pretty much just gonna take
It's
this
a
thing.
bunker buster.
It is, and I'm gonna use it on like groups of thugs because fuck them. They shouldn't have been in my way. I think this works.
There's no kill like overkill.
That's right. What do you mean the building's still standing? All right, where did I find that at? There it is. So it's 425 credits. It's cheaper than that fucking glove. What the hell?
I bought a glove. I bought the pulse gauntlet, Thunderstrike, so I do shock damage. Just get off me.
Alright, so this is no longer...
It's Zarya.
Dice is 1d10.
Strong like impious.
That's right. So damage mods, are these the... No, okay. How do weapons work? Am I gonna, like, because I'm taking a ranged weapon and my dexterity is shit, am I gimping myself?
Yeah.
God damn it. Alright. back to melee weapons and not taking my artillery laser. Son of a bitch. I was really excited about that too. My dexterity.
Well, before you start
poop.
taking it away, let me look at the attacks and everything. That way, we know for sure how this one does it.
Dexterity ended up being one of my dump stats because I had to have 3 of them. So.
It doesn't have a slot for weapons, does it? It's probably just something to put in the...
It's, if you scroll down, it's below your feats and special abilities. You just have to hit add, and then it'll pop up the actual form for it.
Oh, right there. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, range attack is your attack bonus for range equals your base attack bonus plus your dex modifier.
Yep, not doing that then, because that will be garbage.
I mean, I think it'd be funny that you have like this destructive laser that you can't hit anything with.
I mean, if I had a backup, like, and that was just my go-to when I was tired of dealing with shit, I would totally do that. I just don't have the credits to do that. So I guess I'm gonna take a longsword. So I can at least get a D8 there. Let's see. 1D8. And I have no damage modifiers and it's slashing, so critical on that is nothing. Range is 5 feet, I guess. Damage type slashing.
Eventually I'll get cryo weapons. That sounds cool.
Alright, I'm gonna test the attack out here and see if...
Okay.
That damage. At least I got it out of the way early.
Is that your character's name?
Bark? Yes.
Yes. Awesome.
Although that attack bonus, because I rolled a 7 and I got an attack of 13. I'll take that. That'll work.
Oh, nice.
At least be able to hit shit even if it doesn't hurt very much. Alright, so that's done. Longsword cost me 375 credits. Shit. How much was that laser? Forgot to add it back in.
I'm laughing. There's a monster called a crest eater.
Rude.
Seems right.
Wow.
425. Alright, so there's that. And the longsword cost me 375. I have 160 credits left. Can I go gamble them on the lottery and then make enough money to buy power armor?
That's gonna take some time.
There are a lot of really neat weapons in here that I just am like, yeah, I can't afford that. Is there a thing for modifying weapons and armor? Like if I wanted to give my longsword like a bleed ability, can I pay?
There are modifications that you can add to certain weapons.
All right, where do I find that?
It should be in a little deeper in the armor and weapons area, and equipment area for upgrades.
Armor upgrades. Ooh, can I? Anything good? Infrared
Oh my
sensors,
god,
radiation buff alert,
Nice.
automated loader. Oh, jump jets for 1,000 credits. Shit. Force fields.
It says damage ability, but it doesn't say, so I'm assuming...
What's that?
For the gauntlet?
Yeah, it's strength.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming it's strength.
Yeah, anything melee or throw-in is strength. Anything that is shot is dexterity.
Okay.
Oh, I can get a voice modulator.
Now it has additional shock damage. Would I just put that in the attack notes? I don't think there's like an extra little...
It has additional shock damage, you said?
It does, yes.
Let's see. There's there's a macro text that you can add. Yeah, if you click on macro text, oh no, that you don't want that. Yeah, just add it in attack notes.
Attack notes, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Now, what does the letters mean? Like B, S, O, E, F.
Blunt, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Bludgeoning, slashing, piercing, electrolysis, or
Energy.
electric energy. I
Oh,
might.
cool.
So
And then like on the drop down, you'll see melee, like where it says none next to attack mods, will say melee, ranged, or thrown that you can choose from.
Oh, okay.
And then damage ability is whatever it's going off of. So like if it's your gauntlet, it would be strength.
Yes.
poop. There's a dragon gland implant that you can get to breathe fire, and I almost like went back and said, "Fuck it." Taking like my armor off, taking my weapons off, and taking that, except it has a cooldown of 10 minutes.
Jesus.
I'm like, well, never mind, because I was like,
So,
I'll just
so
rush
it's
in
like
and
a
breathe
gimped
fire on
breath
folks.
weapon.
Yeah, it's like I will just rush in and breathe fire on people, except yeah, that's super gimped. Where's weapon upgrades? I'm down into computers, and I think I'm probably past it. There's the power armor. Alright, so maybe it's between the weapons and the armor? Because like if I could add a bleed to the longsword, that'd be super cool.
For guns, what would you use for your damage ability?
Dex.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah. If you have to shoot something, it's dexterity.
Okay. Thank you.
Alright, here's the weapon fusion prices. I can do level 1. Okay. Can do anchoring, make it to where people can't run away. That's kind of cool. Bleeding is level 5. I can't do that one. I could call my weapon to me like fucking Mjolnir, as long as it's within 100 feet.
Oh, that's cool. You get a like the hexblade style.
Yeah. Oh, that's
20 feet.
there's one for Defiant. A weapon with a Defiant fusion resists efforts to be removed from its wielder. If you're wielding it when you are knocked unconscious, panicked, or stunned, it stays in your hand. Can make it a glowy sword. It could be illuminating.
Ooh.
Glamored. That's
Oh my god! Like I'm looking through the monster book here, and they have racial traits for monsters if people want to play them.
Right on.
Well, that's cool.
One being a skittermander, which looks like a
that?
6-armed Furby. If you like,
I gotta look this.
I'm gonna hold it up to the camera here so you guys can see it. It looks like a little 6-armed like.
It's
Furby or something.
adorable.
Yeah.
I want to play one of those in a power armor.
Oh, it's adorable.
Okay, so I'm gonna spend some of my remaining credits on a fusion for my weapon. It's a level 1 fusion, so it costs me 120 credits, Rojan. and it is glamored. So, as a standard action, a weapon with a glamored fusion can be commanded to change its appearance to assume the form of another object of similar size. The weapon retains all of its properties when disguised, but does not radiate magic. Only true seeing or similar magic effects reveal the true nature of glamored weapons while in this disguise. After a glamored weapon is used to make an attack, this fusion is suppressed for a minute. So I'm debating on using that, and as a DM, I want your kind of judgment call before I spend the credits on it. Would that get me the weapon past like a security checkpoint? Would that be
The glamour?
Yeah.
It doesn't radiate any like magic or anything off of it, and only true seeing can see it.
Yep.
Yeah, that would get you through it.
Okay, cool.
That would definitely be the use of glamoring an item.
Okay, so it's gonna be glamored.
Okay, so I am finally done with my spells now.
Jesus. Okay.
I don't believe you.
You said we each get 1 feat.
You each get
Okay.
1 feat.
Okay. Make sure that works still. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, cool.
I can't wait to see what you glamour it into.
It's gonna be like a mop, and he's just gonna pretend he's a janitor because it has to be the same size. So he's just gonna be. It's totally gonna be just like a mop or a broom or some shit. Do we get our own starship? Is that gonna be a thing?
It may be a thing.
Woohoo! Yeah, I'm totally just gonna like. Can I have a pair of like generic blue overalls?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
Like
have
clothing wise, that if you guys like, if it's not armor or anything, clothing wise, you can wear whatever you want.
cool. I have a pair of generic blue janitor overalls that every like cleaning company in the galaxy hands out to their employees.
So you're just like a mall janitor.
Yeah, and like whenever he walks into somewhere he's not supposed to be, he will glamour his sword as a mop or a broom or whatever, and that'll just be how he gets around.
I like it.
Because he's not smart, right? He's not like, he will totally pass as a janitor. He's dumb as a fucking brick. So I think that works perfectly. Like, no, what do you mean I'm not supposed to be mopping over here? What? And then just shank whoever's asking questions.
Don't you see the mop?
Right, I have the mop, I have the jumpsuit. I'm a janitor, leave me the fuck alone. I'm just trying to feed my 12 kids. And that will totally be his go-to plan for everything whenever he's in trouble. Is like, no, it's just cleaning up the mess. These dead bodies were here when I got here. That's why I'm here. I'm here to clean them up.
That's going to get you in so much trouble.
Why? They were here when I got here.
Oh no, I'm just thinking that
Totally
there's
found
going to
them
be
this way.
a time that you're like in a high security area or something. Just some random janitor with a mop walks by.
Yeah, I mean, high security areas gotta be clean too, right?
I will say the one thing I hate about getting over being sick is the next day I'm just starving.
True dat.
I mean, and it's a different type of starving than I normally am.
Oh, there are too many feats that are good.
Well, you only get one.
Everybody gets one.
No, these bodies were totally like this when I got here. I mean, somebody has to clean them up. Why do you think they called me? It was totally.
Are you like the barbarian class, or you're just
No,
like...
I'm just like, I rolled my stats and he's just dumb as a fucking brick. Like, I rolled an 8 and a 9 for my int and my wisdom. He's
literally a dump truck.
He's dumb as a brick. He's got this one gimmick that has worked out in the past where he's like, no, I'm just totally here to clean things up. And that's it. That's like his go-to.
It's like just one day sitting at one of the spaceports. He just sees a janitor walking in and out of anywhere they went. It's like, that's an idea.
Like, wait a minute, I could totally do that. And
hence the day the blood soaked janitor was born.
That's right. He spends all of his time learning how to say janitor in different languages and like other words for janitor. So like custodian and whatever the word for trash man is in Space Fox speak.
Space Fox.
He just needs to be able to say janitor in like every language.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
And then just like gesture to like his mop, like, look at this mop. This is what I'm here for. What do you think I have a mop?
No, I'm totally not a warrior.
No, why
Ignore the armor.
Why would a warrior carry a mop? That's what the overalls are for.
Yeah,
they
you
go
see
over
the overalls
armor.
and the mop?
That's right. Overalls, mop, obviously janitor.
Have you ever tried cleaning this laboratory? Have you had any of the experiments try to attack you?
That's right. You'd be wearing armor too. You know how many times some random experiment robot has gone haywire and tried to shank me?
Like,
Those androids, man, you gotta watch out for them. They get a circuit loose and then it's just genocide all over the place.
motor oil in the tea.
Did you say you're gonna put motor oil in my tea?
Yes.
That's fine. That's the way he likes his tea anyway. It's okay. See, you're a good service robot. You already know what I want.
Okay, I'm gonna have to think about my feet. Oops. Oh, I like them all.
I mean, I've got 2 of those.
I also gotta put my
I
spells
have
in.
a right and a left one.
God damn it, Imp.
I don't know why you had to think about that. Like, you've been there your whole life. All right, well, while everybody is finishing up feats and stuff, do we want to take our last break for the night?
Yeah, let's do that.
And we'll come back and hopefully can do starships, because I want to fucking... I need a space garbage truck for my janitor outfit to work. So...
I just have this image that there are going to be like all these great starships floating around and you guys just pull a Spaceballs and you're flying around in a Winnebago.
No, it's totally a dump truck with like thrusters on the back of it. It even still like has the like forks on the front of it to lift up trash bins.
Oh god.
And ram other ships with. They're functional.
Yet stylish.
That's right. All right.
You go to the bathroom and come back to him talking about space janitors.
I mean, violent space janitors. Let's get this right. So you folks that are hanging out watching us and listening to me talk about space janitor shankings, thanks for doing so. We appreciate it. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break, get up, all that fun stuff, and we'll be right back to outfit our space garbage truck here in just a minute.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
All right, we're back. Welcome back, everybody.
So, while you were away, Imp, I was telling everyone that for starships, everyone has a role. It isn't just based off of, oh, we're just flying around.
Can mine be
roles?
Can mine be the janitor?
So, much like a lot of sci-fi shows and everything you watch, you've got the captain, the engineer, the gunner, the pilot, and the science officer.
I should totally be the science officer.
Oh God.
That'll go so well.
So the science officer, you use the starship's computers, scanners, and other systems to identify threats, target foes, and navigate hazards. A starship can have any number of science officers. The science officer acts during the helm phase, and the actions the science officer can take are described starting on page 324.
Okay, I really do not want to be the science officer. That'll go so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I will be the gunner, though. That sounds like something that will be just right in his
okay.
Sit in the
wheelhouse.
cockpit and do pew pew.
So, for gunner, it all depends on what starship you have and how many guns you've got. But
all of the guns.
Gunner's actions can take place on page 324. Pilot takes place on 324. And this is speaking of what you can do on your turn.
No.
No, okay.
Well,
I guess no starships.
Yeah, fuck it, no starships.
Sorry.
Dump truck with thrusters. Fuck it, that's all we need.
A trash cannon.
The cleanest guns in the galaxy.
All right, so for a gunner's action could be fire at will, shoot, broadside, but that's at level 6. Yeah, just all depends on the levels and everything like that. And what kind of starship you have. So before we start going off into how exactly you're going to get into, or who's going to be what, we need to figure out what style spaceship you got, or what style starship you guys have.
So before we get into that, I've got to run an idea by you,
okay,
Rojan.
Okay.
So I have, being a soldier, I have that military knowledge from my theme.
Yep.
So when I was in the Navy, when you were doing stuff like waxing decks and cleaning, you actually wore a jumpsuit coverall thing.
Okay.
So what I was thinking is, because of that military knowledge, Bark actually knows what color and style jumpsuit every military faction has, so that he can totally pull off that janitor, and it would cover all of his armor and hide it.
Okay.
So he just has a closet, multicolored fucking jumpsuit somewhere in the ship.
All right. So anytime you go to change your jumpsuit, we'll do a military knowledge roll to see if you can identify what jumpsuit you need.
Yep. All right. Cool. And just I have some closet somewhere that has just a rainbow of jumpsuits in it.
What?
It's perfect.
Oh my god.
Also, can we have, what is this, a Thaumatek Omen Bringer? Because that ship looks badass.
Yeah, no, that's a battleship class. You're gonna need more than 4 people to pilot that thing.
It'll be
We've
fine.
got an android. She can do all of it. It's fine.
Yep. Just plug me in, and I will be the autopilot. It's fine.
Magic jumpsuit closet. It's a TARDIS full of jumpsuits.
Oh goodness.
Let's see. Okay, so like if you look on the starship styles, if you look at a packed world starship,
Page number?
310. You can see the styles, the 3 styles of ship that they got in here. The Kelvolari Venture is a tier 1 ship. It's got a crew of a captain, engineer, 2 gunners, a pilot, and a science officer that it can hold.
Can I be a science officer and a gunner at the same time? Totally, it'll be great. Nothing will go wrong.
Oh yeah, nothing will go wrong. You're putting the janitor as a science officer.
That's right. Everybody always brace for impact, always, and we'll be fine.
Science officer suggests ramming speed.
That's right. We got prongs on the front of the ship for a reason. Let's use them.
So you got, like, I'll give you, like, just so we don't have to go through, like, the core building. So you've got a choice of the Kelvorari. I'm trying to see what other tier 1 ships we've got.
There's a Starhive drone Mark III
Mhm.
that looks super tiny and super, like, biomechanical. It's kind of interesting looking.
Yep. And it has enough for a captain, engineer, 2 gunners, a pilot, and a science officer. Let's see, what else do we got here?
I think that might be it. Nope, hang on. The Void Runner is a tier 1/3. We could just have 3 of them.
Well, there's also like the Ringworks Wanderer, which has enough for an engineer, a gunner, a pilot, and a science officer, and it is a tier 1 tier quarter.
There's that Deathhead Necroglider, which is a tier 1/2, and looks fucking sweet as shit. Like, if you took a heavy metal cover and made it into a spaceship, that's what it looks like.
It does.
Dude's just like laying in it coffin style. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like, that's because Exoan ships are grotesque, baroque blendings of technology and strange magic, designed specifically for the comfort of their undead users. So these are undead spaceships.
I will totally be undead if I get to use that spaceship.
It's a reverse ship. Don't trust it.
Hey,
Yeah, they're pretty much the Reavers.
hey Zoro, how do Reavers clean their spears?
They run it through the wash.
Ouch.
Yeah, so
Didn't technically a building kill him?
No. It was
no, just a spear the size of a building.
I'm sure I've triggered somebody in chat with that quick joke.
Oh, now I'm sad. I'm smiling, but I'm sad.
All right, so
Let's keep myself from crying.
No be cry.
I'm thinking because
Don't cry, just be a leaf on the wind.
because you guys are starting off, and it's a 4-slot ship. I think you guys are going to have a Ringworks Wanderer.
What page is that on?
That is 310.
Okay, it's a little like, looks like a Cowboy Bebop ship almost.
Yeah.
Can we not get? Well, I guess we wouldn't have the crew for the adventure.
Yeah, you're kind of missing people,
Yeah, we would need like 2 more people for that one. Okay.
or NPCs at least.
Yeah.
We'll just Shanghai somebody. It's fine.
Well, what's the armor difference? I mean, well, I guess I'll leave that up to you because I don't know how much space combat we're gonna get into. So if you think if you think we're good on the Wanderer, then let's take that.
I'm thinking the Wanderer because you are just starting off.
Okay.
So if you click the third dot on your ship or on your character sheet, it will bring up starship details.
All right. Cool.
And you can take the information from your starship on page 310 and put it into there. And you kind of need a name for your starship.
Intergalactic trash bucket.
I was gonna say the garbage disposal.
Wait, you can drift spaceships? They have a drift rating?
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume this is not like Tokyo Drift.
This is not like Tokyo Drift, no.
Aw, I want to be able to drift my starship.
All of a sudden, Initial D just starts playing.
I wonder if you know how to live in Tokyo.
Alright, so... I don't actually see a drift rating in here anywhere.
I don't think the ship has a drift rating.
Okay. What is drift? Is that like hyperspace jump?
I can tell you in a moment.
Yeah, it's got drift engine is none, so we'll put...
Yeah, if you don't have a drift engine, then...
No drifting for us, boo. We have a light laser cannon in forward. I'm going to assume the damage is totally different because the damage for that laser cannon is 2d4, and I'm like, that seems like nothing compared to what like some of these ships potentially could be.
Yeah.
So, this is not a fighting ship, got it. This is a
this is
turn
not
and run ship.
This is not meant to be something where you guys are jumping into like full-on combat against like an undead bulk class starfighter.
Can we pull a Death Star and just like, find some convenient uncovered vent that leads to the reactor?
that kind of depends on who's your science officer.
I will totally not be our science officer then. Crew size is what, 4, I guess?
Crew size is 4.
Sense if I was the science officer, I suppose. That would make sense.
So let me tell you what each like. Okay, so as captain, your role in combat is about encouraging crew while taunting enemies into making critical mistakes. A starship can only have one captain, and a character can assume that role only if it's currently vacant. The captain alone can act in any phase of combat. The actions the captain can take are on 322.
So the crew for that ship doesn't actually list a captain. It has engineering, gunner, pilot, and science officer.
For the
Wanderer, but is captain less of an official like stance and just somebody we elect? Okay.
Yeah, so pretty much that means that like this isn't a ship that's technically got a captain. So like there's no captain's role in there. So captain isn't something like anyone can take because there's no open slot for it.
Okay.
So engineer, you work with the starship's power core and engines to achieve maximum efficiency, grant extra power in times of need, and divert power to vital systems as necessary. You can also repair damaged systems. A starship can have any number of engineers. Any engineer acts during the engineer phase. The actions the engineer can take are on 323.
So I'm just saying, from that description, the engineer sounds a lot like the ship's janitor.
Gunner is you operate the starship's various weapon systems, using them to neutralize or destroy enemy vessels. A starship can have at most one gunner or gunner team per weapon mount. A gunner acts during the gunnery phase. And the pilot, you pilot the course of the ship. Each starship has speed and maneuverability rating, but you can push your starship beyond these boundaries with enough skill. A starship can only have one pilot, and the character can assume it only if the role is vacant. The pilot acts during the helm phase, and its actions are on 324. And Science Officer, you use the starship's computers, scanners, and other systems to identify threats, target foes, and navigate hazards. The starship can have any number of Science Officers. A Science Officer acts during the helm phase, and it's on 324. So when you guys go in, like you guys are in your ship, like everyone needs to assume said role.
So are any of the roles based on the character stats? Like, because I have shit intelligence and wisdom, is there definitely a position I shouldn't take?
Well, so let's see here. Going through the different...
Also, what page did you say those were on? Sorry, I missed it.
Captain is... You don't need captain. Engineer is 323. Gunners 324. Pilots 324. Science officers 324.
Okay. It's based on your ranks in the engineering skill. Okay.
Yep.
So I guess, because we haven't actually talked about the way this works, do we just, like, if I take Gunner, then I automatically get 5 ranks in Gunner, or whatever it is?
No, you don't get ranks in Gunner. Only if you have it in your skill list, like your skill base, or if you put points into it, would you have it.
Okay, so... Okay.
So a gunnery check is a d20 plus the gunner's base attack bonus or the gunner's rank and piloting skill. If the gunner's dexterity modifier plus the bonus computer systems plus the bonus from the captain is like all that stuff. So looks like it goes off your piloting.
Okay.
And your base attack bonus.
Okay. So I guess the other thing that I may have missed is our skill ranks. Did we do that? And I just missed it?
Yeah, that was in character creation.
Okay, so I missed that completely. How do I calculate that?
So if I go back to, let's see, classes, that's what I need. You're a soldier, right?
Yep. So I've got my class skills, but like all my ranks are zeros.
Yeah, because you need to add points into them. Let me see here. You go back to the soldier page.
Yep.
On the info page itself, it should tell you here class skills 4 plus your intelligence modifier.
Okay.
And that's how many skill ranks per level that you have that you could put into the skills that are listed.
So I get 2. So my intelligence modifier is -2, so that's great. All right.
Also, since Mags is an ace pilot, like the archetype, she does have bonuses to like piloting and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. She might be the best for pilot.
And if something breaks, she's like, "Somebody take the controls!" and just abandon the driver's seat. Because I'm also a mechanic.
Well, with like the mechanics, let's see for starships here. Not game mastery.
No, I just see it now though. Just like piloting along, something just breaks and it's like, "I can fix that," and just leaves the
leaves the stick open.
Right.
As you guys just start spiraling out of control.
Takes a bit of chewing gum to wedge the the controls into place so it doesn't move till she gets back.
Yeah, like for like the engineering, you would need a successful engineering check, which is a DC 15 plus 2 times your starship tier. And patch and all that fun stuff.
So Gunner doesn't actually look like it plays off of a skill. If I'm reading through the Gunner action correctly, as a Gunner you take any of the actions below depending on your character level. These actions can be taken only during the gunnery phase, though each of the starship's weapons can only be fired once per round.
Yeah, pretty much you go based off of the attack phase.
Okay, so
the attacking.
I will totally take Gunner then, because all of my stats that would contribute to any of the other ones are poop.
Yeah, so it's a D20 plus the Gunner's base attack bonus or your ranks in piloting, whatever's higher, plus your Dex modifier, plus any bonuses from computer systems or captain boosts or science officer boosts, plus a range penalty.
Yeah, and my base attack bonus for everything is 0. I feel like I've missed something there. My attack total is 5. Yeah, that's weird.
Also, on your ability scores, make sure to check the little button next to whatever your key ability score is.
I'm just gonna roll this just to make sure I input everything correctly.
Okay.
Ignore this.
Yep.
I need 0.
So your base attack bonus should be based off of whatever your strength or whatever your stat is for it. And then whatever bonuses are given into your class. Like on the character page itself, you'll see like on the little sheet, you'll see base attack bonus, fort save bonus, reflex save bonus, will save bonus.
Yeah, I'm looking at my base attacks, but they all are like my base attack bonus for all of them is 0. So that's why I feel like I've done something incorrectly, because I can't edit any of those either.
Let me see. I'm gonna bring up your character sheet here and see.
Yeah.
Isn't that what I was asking you about earlier? How I can't add to the
Okay, so what I'm seeing on here is a total. Like I see total 5, -1, 5.
Yeah.
That's normal. The base attack bonus of 0 is because it's level 1 and you have a base attack bonus of 0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's something that just kind of gets higher as we level. Okay.
Yep.
I'm worried less then. Okay. Cool. So I guess my gunnery would just have a 0 bonus to it then, because it's pulling from the base attack bonus, or would it have the 5?
It would go off of the plus your base attack bonus, which would be a 0.
Okay.
Because your piloting right now is at a -1.
Yeah.
So you would definitely go off of the base attack bonus, so you don't really get a negative.
Yep. So I'm going to put 2 into piloting because I have 2 skill points I haven't used, and then at least that takes that up to a 1. So my gunnery will be hopefully a little bit better. Uh-oh, somebody DC'd.
that would be Zoro.
Zora rage quit.
I'm tired of these fuckheads.
Oh, she was frozen for a hot minute.
Oh, was she?
So
Okay.
I think her internet.
Our internet pooped. All right, well, I'm not going to worry about adjusting the cameras. Everybody just gets to look at pretty fragmented faces for a minute as we're figuring out how to pilot shit. All right, so I will totally be the gunner.
Okay.
Because otherwise I will just wreck shit, and it'll not in a good way.
The janitor is now the science officer.
That's right. Mags, you were taking pilot? What is your character's name, by the way, Mags? There it is. It's impossible to pronounce.
Zero.
Fantastic. Oh,
Her name is Zero.
if you say so. If that's what those are supposed to be.
Yeah, her name is Zero.
HP Fox, what's your character's name? And also, what position are you taking?
My character's name is Quick. He's not actually very quick. Don't let that fool you. And I don't know about which position. Which positions are left?
Science officer and engineer. Or you could be an additional gunner, I guess.
I feel like I would probably do better as a science officer than I would in engineering, but I also don't really know how that stuff works.
Like if I were to suggest it, I would say you take science officer and Zoro take engineer since she's a technomancer. For a science officer, we go back to starships here. This is all magic because we don't need magic right now.
Can we have magic starships?
There are actually magic imbued starships.
I always need magic because my mystic subclass is Star Shaman, so everything I do is magical.
I'm a space nerd.
He's got space glitter coming from him constantly.
Pretty much.
Like, spend less time in the space strip clubs.
The space strip clubs.
Where did you think all the space glitter came from?
All right, so for science officer, let's go to 324.
So, folks watching, I put us on the Be Right Back screen just so you weren't looking at jumbled cams while we wait for Zoro's computer to boot back up. So we'll be right back. Doc Rigo, right? Like, can I be Dexstar? Actually, that cat's story is super sad.
It is super sad, but I love Dexstar. Dexstar is best cat.
It's funny because like I knew nothing about him. I started playing Injustice 2, and I was like, "Why does Atrocitus have a fucking cat floating around with him? Like, what is this?"
Because Dexstar is a fucking beast.
And then like I went and found the Dexstar like origin comic, and I was like, "And now I'm really sad."
All right, so as a science officer, Fox, during the helm phase, you can balance the shields, scan a starship within your sensors to learn information about it, such as basic information, defenses, weapons, load, all that stuff. Targeting systems, which is you can help the sensors target a specific system on an enemy starship to give like your gunner bonuses to hit it. Lock on, in order to if you have at least 6 ranks in computers, you can lock onto your starship's targeting system onto one enemy vessel. Improved countermeasures. That's about it.
Oh,
pretty much, you're all about like pretty much buffing the ship and its systems.
So are those like just choices that I make, or are they roles that I have to make to perform certain actions?
They are decisions and roles. So like if you were to balance, you would have to do a computers check. First, it's a bunch of computers checks.
Okay. I'm not very good with computers, so
what's your computer skill at?
Its total is 3. I have no ranks or anything.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, your gunner has 0 in shooting, so.
No, I have 1.
Oh, I'm sorry, he has 1. Engineers go off engineering checks for pretty much everything.
Okay, well, my engineering is at a total of 8 right now, so maybe engineering is going to be the one for me.
Maybe, because Zoro may have... I can actually pull up Zoro's character sheet while she's trying to get everything back. Let's see, Zoro's computers. She's got a 4 in computers and a 4 in engineering.
So she should probably take science officer then, since her computers is higher than mine.
Well,
and
she hasn't.
is higher than hers.
Oh, she put all of the miscellaneous into for ranks into that. I can change that.
Yeah, I initially said science officer because there are literally science checks on the skill sheet, but
I'll let her change that so I don't botch anything up she was doing. Yeah, so if you got something better for like engineering, yeah, Zoro, science for you. All right, so we have everybody's class now. Everybody's classes, everybody's characters created up, and the starship positions. Now, all I need from you guys is a starship name.
The trash compactor. I don't know. I'm still on this whole janitor thing because I really like the idea. I think it's
A space janitor murder hobo.
That's right.
I can get behind that.
He's tired of cleaning up your shit. I'm gonna like look at somebody and be like, "Your mom doesn't work here. Clean up your shit," and then like stab them. No, I have no idea other than like
call it the trash man or the garbage man.
I'm terrible at naming things. If it's up to me, it'll get named Bob. Somebody else better start coming up with
the HMS Bob.
That's right. The USS Bob. I hear nothing. I
hear nothing out of anyone.
I'm still working on my character here, so.
How about the recycler?
There you go.
Oh, the recycler sounds good.
Doc Rigor looks like a Cowboy Bebop ship.
Like
Spike's ship. No.
Yeah.
What's this fuck? Jed drove around. Jet flew around. Star Streaker, that just makes me think of like somebody running across like an intergalactic college campus naked.
Dude, Star Streaker sounds awesome.
Battle Barge Galactica. Max, I can't even pronounce that one.
It's the Kobayashi.
Again, I can't pronounce that one.
The Kobayashi because reasons. God, why not just call it High Wind and piss everyone off?
Call it Broken Wind. There we go. Max was drinking something.
I stopped just in time, you shit.
Battle Barge Compactica. Serenity.
Oh, I got an image of the ship for chat. I'll post it in chat. So that's their ship. Or the core look of what the ship is. Now, given how this group is, like the color scheme and everything are going to be completely different.
Can I weld 2 big spikes on the front of it?
Can you weld 2 spikes on it?
That's right.
Not the Outlaw Star.
Not the ship you're looking for. That's it. The USS, not the ship you're looking for. It's totally incognito. It's totally incognito.
Just call it references.
References. Call it meta. Let's see. Zora said something. I forgot where it went. I think she said Star Streaker though. No, yeah, she did.
Yeah, Zoro said Star Streaker.
Which I mean, I'm fine with. I was just totally.
The SS totally casual.
SS flying casually. Do I go Star Streaker? It's better than any of the bullshit that I've come up with.
Yeah, I'm good with that, if we want to use that one.
Shippy McShippington? Really?
Shippy McShipface.
Why not just call it the SS? Because all you had was an S stencil.
That's right. Hey, Zora's back. I can.
It altered my coloration, but I don't care.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I don't know what happened. That's the first time it's ever done that.
No worries.
Something happened.
We're back.
Anyway, I'm good being scientist. Is that what it was?
Yeah, science officer.
Also, what's your character's name, Zora?
Nyreesh. Nyreesh. Nyreesh.
All right, can you spell that for me one more time?
Nyreesh.
Gotcha.
Star Streaker.
You can just pick whatever. That was just like.
No, it's fine. It's better than like anything that I've come up with.
SS Bob.
The SS Bob.
SS Mop Bucket. No, yeah, we can do Star Streaker. It's better than any of the stupid bullshit I was coming up with. Because I'm terrible at naming things, which is why inconsequential NPCs get named Bob all the time.
Claire Danes? People say I look like Katie Sackhoff.
I have no idea who that is.
Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, I don't know celebrity names.
I only know that one because Katie made me kind of know it as we were watching Battlestar.
Good.
What's her fuck from Battlestar Galactica?
What's
I already forgot her name.
Call it Luxana.
What's that?
Katie
Uh,
Sackhoff.
No,
what's her
but
fuck?
if we
The main
wreck
what's her
the
fuck?
ship, then Fox will be mad.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so Rojan,
Starbuck.
I
That's
I
the
noticed
How about we just call
you
it
said I put it in the wrong.
I'm also okay. with it.
Yeah,
Like-
you put if those like in the skill things where it says miscellaneous,
Yes.
it should go into ranks. Miscellaneous should be any bonuses that you got from your from
I
your
flipped it.
yeah, from your
Dang
theme
it.
style thing.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. I knew it was one or the other. I had a 50-50 shot and I failed.
It doesn't change anything.
Oh, we need to finish our hull points and stuff.
Like all the stats are for that are on the ship itself. I just
What page was that? Do you have it right off by any chance? If not, I'll go find it again.
I can open to it. Let's see. You got the Wanderer. It's 310.
How do I buy a decommissioned police cruiser?
Thank God I don't have to
Police
do that
auctions.
again.
Yes. Alright.
The SS Dustbin.
Okay,
I didn't
so
realize there are subclasses. I need to look that up real quick.
modifiers +3 to piloting. Does that mean everybody on the ship gets +3 to piloting?
Yes, that means that whoever is in the pilot seat can have a +3 to piloting.
Okay, so it's whoever's in the pilot seat, not
Yeah.
the whole crew. Okay.
No, because it gives +3 to piloting skill. Is that
Okay.
what it says? It says piloting +3, right?
Yeah, and then so it's got gunnery gets a +5, but I don't have a gunnery skill on my.
It's a
sheet.
+5 to your rolls.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I need to remember that I get an additional 5 on top of whatever I roll for gunnery then,
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
like
because I don't have an actual.
yeah, for the
You know what?
engineer.
Actually, what I can do? Can I do this way? No. Poop. I was gonna add it as like one of my profession things, but then it only pulls from certain stats,
Yeah.
which is not what I want.
Because the Ringworks Wanderer that you guys are piloting, pilot gets a piloting +13. And it says 1 rank. Science officer gets +5 computers. Gunnery gets +5. And engineering gets +5.
And then there's also above the crew stuff. There's modifiers.
Oh,
for a
you know
+3
what? No.
piloting.
You know what? Ignore the crew. Ignore the crew.
Okay.
I'm looking at it. That's the crew that's inside of it at the moment.
Okay.
Because this is like the monster manual for the
yeah,
ships.
yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
When do we pick our subclasses, or can we do that now?
Your subclass?
Yeah, they're the archetypes. Sorry, they're like battle mage, tech mage.
I believe you do that at a higher level.
Okay.
Well,
Let's see. Archetype, you said?
Yeah.
126.
HP.
You can gain an archetype when you achieve a new class level in an eligible class, matching the earliest level for which the archetype offers an alternative class feature.
Oh, okay.
So, let's see. Yeah, each class has a specific list of class features that are altered or replaced as defined in each class. Replace class feature entry. For an example, envoy who selects Starfinder Forerunner at second level gains the Train for Trouble class feature by the Starfinder Forerunner instead of the Envoy improvisation normally gained at level 2. So it's like when you level up, you can do that.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you. Now, where would we put in, or I guess it doesn't really matter for our role on the ship? Because you said like anyone could be in the pilot seat.
Yeah, that's just all something you guys can keep track of.
Oh, okay. So at the very top then, for the character details, it says senses, deity, homeworld, and languages. What would we put in for the senses? Is that just like dark vision?
Yeah, that's where I put my
dark vision and all that fun stuff.
Oh, okay.
Dark vision, blind sight.
Homeworld, we'll have to think of something obviously for ourselves, but okay.
Yeah, like for this, that your deity in your homeworld is something that you can think, like you can add in if you want, but since this is like a one shot, it's not really something that's required.
Okay.
Shippy McShip face. Alright, awesome. I think I've got everything right from my character. I can go punch things in the face now. Actually, I need to add like an unarmed strike, I guess, or this natural weapons, don't I? As an attack. Let's see. The SS saving throw. HB Fox, did you get that?
Guardian.
Nope, I guess not.
Get.
Something in chat.
I'm not a mod in this channel, am I?
Yep, that was me.
I was waiting out for how long until you noticed.
That's incredibly rude.
It's only been like a week.
Has it? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I've been talking in the channel and everything, and I had no idea.
The SS Rufflemau.
Okay, and now I've got my fists added. Let me make sure that works.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would like to speak gnome.
They don't say anything worth hearing. So what color is our trash heap of a ship?
Pink.
Pink. Oh,
Teal.
God. Teal. You're not better.
What?
Mix pink and teal. We'll just
It blends in with space better.
I
unless we're
don't
flying by a
think that's
supernova.
right. Pretty
Like,
sure
what about
that's not
Starflight?
right.
How about it? Our color just be mirror finish.
Chrome.
Transparent.
Yes.
This huge gaudy chrome spaceship.
With that paint job, it might as well be SS. Come at me, bro.
It'd be invisible, and we can just all be hovering in the void of space.
Yes.
Like Wonder Woman's jet when she sits in it. Like, what's the point of an invisible jet? You can see you sitting in it. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. Glitter? No. God, no.
almost done.
SS Disco Ball.
Yes.
Wow, my wisdom is low. This sucks.
Well, I wasn't gonna say anything.
I don't think anybody has that high of a wisdom.
I have pretty high wisdom.
Well, look here, sassy pants.
Hey, I need high wisdom. High wisdom. It's my spell save DC.
Well, I mean, I guess that works.
Yeah. Don't feel too bad, too lazy. My charisma's in the toilet.
Toilet charisma.
I know
just
that
like-
well.
Well, no, it's just
Yellow and
apparently
blue
like
and
an
do the SS
android. I'm
Wolverine.
not allowed to have good charisma.
My race has so many like plus and minuses. This is this is not good.
Yeah, the vest did too. I got like two to my strength and 2 to my constitution and like -2 to my intelligence.
Yep.
Because apparently I'm a big dumb truck.
You're
That's
pretty.
okay.
You're pretty much the orcs.
Yep. And I'm
Yeah.
alright with that.
That's okay. My dex is terrifying. Look.
It's like, oh look, you're incredibly intelligent, but
Oh, you got a
Very
+5 to Dex.
Yep.
Jesus. Wait, you got a 20 Dex?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
my dex was
Well,
fairly high
21,
too.
but yeah.
Oh, 21. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You and me,
that's
girl,
not
we got high dex over here.
All right. So, did you guys decide on the color?
Puce.
And what?
not
I would like a
you,
periwinkle.
it's you.
A periwinkle.
Periwinkle. What's that blue color that doesn't sound at all like it should actually be blue? Like cornflake or some shit?
Oh yeah,
Flower.
cornflower.
Cornflower? Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's
It's like a periwinkle-ish purpley blue. It's weird. It
totally
makes
does not
that
sound like the name
comfortable.
for a blue at all. That sounds like the name for a yellow.
Yeah, but
Yep.
it makes
Famously.
me uncomfortable. The shade of between purple and pinkish blue it is.
Let's
It's like,
let's
what
use
are you?
let's be cornflower just to make Mags uncomfortable.
Let's do it.
just to fuck with the android a little bit.
To fuck with the artist, just be cornflower.
She has no opinion because she has no feelings on the matter.
That's right, she's an android, she didn't care.
Duh.
So she
Rude.
don't care.
We're supposed to be
Yeah, I guess it's
teammates.
it's more of like a gray blue, but it's like a pale gray blue.
So it's kind of like the color of like the brush like a brush bucket for painting.
Yeah.
It's just that like disgusting looking grayish blue.
Yeah.
That kind of looks like the blue milk from Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah,
Except
Exactly.
not
Okay.
that light. Not quite that light.
just a darker. So old blue
I have
milk.
the colors. I have the color right here. If you want me to.
Yeah, I just
Yep.
looked it in
Yeah.
chat. Slap decals all over it.
Ugh, that
Oh,
is
God, it gave me a long one, sorry.
Blech. Oh God, lazy. Now I just see it. Remember that one scene in what is it, Sleeping Beauty? The two fairies couldn't decide what the fuck color her dress needed.
Oh yeah,
They're constantly changing it and fighting over the color.
pink cornflower. Pink cornflower.
It's like, fine, you paint that half and I'll paint this half.
And that's how that's how everyone just assumes it's a trash truck.
Exactly. It's just splotches of color everywhere.
All right, I think unless anybody has anything else they need to do,
Nope, I think I'm good.
I think that
I
does
had
it for
to change
character
one of my
vision.
spells. I didn't realize because I'm stupid, and I actually did write it down, but I ignored it. I didn't realize my race already has psychokinetic hand when I added that as a spell, so I need to change that.
There you go.
While she's changing that, I think we're gonna wrap up for the evening. Rojan, who are you? What do you do on the internet?
I am Rojan Quest. I am a co-DM here on Dungeons and Distractions. I always get tongue-tied with our name. Also, I have my own channel where I focus on a variety of RPGs, fighting games, and shooters. Right now, I am going through a series playthrough of Dragon Age. And upcoming, I will be doing a series playthrough of Mass Effect, as well as playing through Kingdom Come Deliverance when it launches.
Right on. Megs, who are you? What do you do on the internet?
I am Hybrid Magpie. I am a creative caster here on Twitch. I mainly just do emotes, channel art, overlays, all that kind of fun stuff.
Right on. HP Fox, who are you? What do you do on the internet?
I am HB Fox, and I'm the guy that always picks magic classes and then takes 3 days to put in every spell and every modifier on all the sheets, and then another 3 days to fix it all when I realize I broke it.
Fun times.
That's about it.
All right. Zora, who are you? What do you do on the internet?
I am Zoro from A3. I also go by Lacey, and I am a variety caster as well as a creative streamer on Twitch. Over the last few months, I have been playing a ton of Dead by Daylight. But I'm trying to get back into stories right now, so I'm diving into Horizon Zero Dawn.
Right on. I am Impious. I run Dungeons and Distractions here on Twitch with the help of Rojan and all of my fantastic cast members, who I can't thank enough for putting up with the amount of bullshit that I spew out of my mouth. Thank you guys. If you guys are just tuning in for the first time tonight, go ahead and hit the follow button so you know when we go live. We currently have 3 shows a week. Sunday nights is Blood Moon Adventures, which is our 5th edition Chult. The Jungles Will Kill Everyone or Steal Their Sanity game. Tuesday nights is Gibbering Mouthers, which is a 5th edition planar jumping insanity fest full of all kinds of abhorrent things. I couldn't think of a good adjective there.
Now with 1,000% more feels.
And Wednesday nights is going to be RPG Mixtape for the rest of the month, where we're playing Starfinder with this cast you see here. And then starting in March, we're going to have a permanent game take over the slot, and it's going to be Keelhauled, which is going to be a 5th edition pirate D&D game. Very low magic, lots of swashbuckling, stealing ships, and finding haunted treasures. It's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We are going to go on a raid. This is one of the things we like to do to go show our love and support to other casters out on Twitch. We're going to go raid McLoken. He is running his D&D game Chosen right now, so we're going to go show them some love and support. So join that raid at the top of your chat bar. Copy and paste the raid call. I heard there were dragons in here. As soon as that raid drops. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us as we made our space crew janitors this evening, and it's going to be a ton of fun. I'm so looking forward to Bark. See you next time.